Hello, I'm Arthur Edwards. I'm the royal photographer at the Sun newspaper. Been that for over 40 years. The start of every royal visit up here, we would arrive here at Aberdeen Airport. It's a 50-minute drive to Balmoral, but here we used to get great pictures. Princess Diana arriving with the children, the Queen arriving with her corgis, Queen Mother arriving with her corgis, and it was always at the start of a really great visit. Well, I was driving along here on the way to the Balmoral Games. It was the first Saturday in September in 1980, and I saw Prince Charles fishing here. I swerved him, got my camera out, came down, and then I saw he was with a gilly, and the gilly looked familiar, and it was Diana. And she was like completely camouflaged, looking like she was helping him with the fishing. And of course, then she sort of saw me and another photographer, and she sort of hid behind those two trees over there. And the way the king, our king now, but then he was Prince Charles, and he was then pretty fed up, and he got his fishing rod and he walked out. And he walked up to his car, which was up the top there, and suddenly Diana ran through the trees there. And we couldn't see her face, but when she got to the top, there was just a brief picture, and I saw her getting into the car. But what was a surprise was there was a couple of photographers hidden in the woods here, and suddenly they come rushing out. And suddenly it was like a photo call almost, and then of course he went off. He wasn't too pleased, but you know, this confirmed what I thought I knew, that Diana was the new girlfriend, and that was my main job for the Sun, was to find out who Prince Charles was going to get married. But when I arrived here and I saw them together there fishing, obviously she was his guest now at Balmoral Castle, and therefore the Queen and the Duke and all the royal family would be there as well. I thought, well, this is it. On the Monday morning, we had a page one, and it was he's in love again. My picture I did of Princess Diana, or Lady Diana Spencer as she was then, on the front, the one I did at the polo with her posing, we put there, and I can remember the caption line underneath, Lady Diana Spencer has all the qualities to be queen. So, you know, I thought I'd finally captured it. And a year and about 3 days later, after I did that first picture, they were married. This is Loch Mick, and this is Lochnagar. This is all part of the royal estate, and this is where Prince Philip comes fishing. And one time he asked the Sun photographer to help him launch his boat, and he got a lovely picture of the Duke catching a fish. Of course, this is the land where the Queen and the King walk every day when they're on their holidays. After they've had their lunch, they come walking in the hills with their dogs. This place is magnificent. I mean, it's normally you're up here, all the company you've only got is a herd of deer that roam here, occasional walker. It's just, you can see why the royal family love it here. This is just absolutely idyllic. There's no crowds, no bustle, no fuss, and everybody ignores them because they know they're having their holidays, and the locals ignore them. And it's wonderful. This is one of the best pictures ever taken of Prince Charles and Princess Diana, and it was a few days after they returned from their honeymoon, which they spent going around the Greek islands and ended up going through the Suez Canal on the Royal Yacht Britannia. And of course I didn't take this picture. That was the sad thing. It was a brilliant picture. It was taken by another Sun photographer, Terry Richards. And Prince Charles decided that to give the photographers in England a nice picture, he agreed to pose over there on the other side on Balmoral land. They posed in several positions. They sat on a sty, they hugged each other. It was a really lovely set of pictures, and as I say, you can't win them all. 27 years ago, Prince Charles, as he was then, invited us to come up to Balmoral and do a photo call with his two sons, William and Harry, along this beach here. And quite a few of us turned up, and it was a really lovely day. Of course, Prince Charles wore his kilt and looked immaculate. During the event, Harry started skimming stones, and he was quite good at it, really. Harry was good at everything he did, really. And it lasted about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but it was a really lovely thing. And it was a few weeks into August in 1997, and because we know what happened a few weeks later, the tragedy affected the family and the nation, when, of course, Princess Diana was killed in Paris. There was always rumours that Prince Charles was a cold father, but he never was. I never saw that. I only witnessed fun and laughter when the three of them were together, whether they were skiing in Cloisters, whether they were just going to church at Sandringham, they would tease him. And I never believed that for one moment. In fact, I know it wasn't true. You know, this is Scotland. This is at Scotland at its very best. You probably go and find better mountains and you probably go and better valleys, but you won't find peace and quiet like you do along this river. The first Saturday in September every year, they hold the Brar Gathering here. It's the most amazing event. Highland games and tossing the caber, amazing dancing and a race up the hill there. But the thing that makes the royals laugh, who come to their box every year, the Queen and the royal family and their guests who are staying with them at the weekend, really makes me laugh is when the children run the sack race and the egg and spoon race and they fall over and you can see the royals absolutely hysterics in the box. And of course, I've been coming here for many, many years. Came here, Princess Diana was here, came here with, obviously our Queen came every year with the Duke of Edinburgh and now our King, Prince Charles, he loved it as well. The picture that really I'm very most fondest of is when the Queen and the Duke were sitting there, maybe 2 or 3 years ago now. They've got rugs around them and they're just talking to each other and smiling to each other. That smile that used to told you that they were very, very much still, you know, I say crazy about each other. They've married a long while, but there was a look of love between the two of them, and it actually was, yeah, it's a picture I'm very fond of. I got my ticket the first day of the opening of Balmoral Castle to the public. Got it here, July the 1st, Diana's birthday. For 40 years I've photographed garden parties on the lawn here. I've seen cricket matches played here. I've been on a tour of the grounds with my wife several times, but I've never been in the house, and nor has any other member of the public. But today it's going to be my first time, and I tell you now, I can't wait. Okay, well, it was just an amazing visit. I was so knocked out by the place. As I said earlier to my colleagues here, you know, it was the Albert and Victoria Museum. Everything is as they created it, and it's left there. The amazing statues. The statues are incredible. The paintings are incredible. The furniture is incredible. It's just, and every room just sort of surprises you when you walk in. You don't think, you're not as big as you think they are, but they are so packed with great treasures. And you know, not one of the rooms there was a television. It was paintings and books and beautiful armchairs for you to sit and relax and chat to each other. And I think the big room where the last picture of the Queen was taken, I was surprised that it looked smaller than I imagined. But the King, our King Charles, he's changed a few things. He's changed the carpet. He wanted a brighter carpet, but that's the only new thing I saw there, because the wallpaper that Victoria put in, especially made, an incredible process to make this wallpaper, and it looks like it was hung yesterday. It's so amazing. And then the paintings look like they've been created just a week ago, a year ago. They look so immaculate, and no dust dirt on them. They're just, and I asked, why is these paintings so fresh? Have they all been cleaned? They said no, it's because there's no family, no one comes here, no visitors come here. It's just the family comes here and takes care of it. And of course, the grounds here are amazing too, but the guides in there are fabulous. They know their stuff. There's not a question they don't know the answer to, especially about Albert, who died when he was 41, and our Queen Victoria went into mourning for a long while. She wore black for the rest of her life. Even John Brown, the man who just took over part of her life after Albert died, he's there. He's a painting of him with a horse and with Victoria. And there's a statue of him on the dining room table. So when they're eating their dinner, they don't only see Albert and Victoria, they see Victoria and John Brown. And I must say, the whole thing was just brilliant. And I can't tell you, anyone who's anyway enjoys the royal family, come up here and get an experience you'll never forget. This is an amazing holiday home. No one in the world has a holiday home like this, which was created in the middle of the 19th century. And it just looks as like it was created this week. Everything's so pristine. The rooms are amazing. I'll tell you what, I'd like to go around again, it was so good.